Hi guys, this is Star. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see whose reading this is going to be. This is going to be Aries. All right, Aries. Let's see what your energy is for this month coming up in August. My apologies for being away for this long. I had very long work hours and I had to accommodate that, obviously. So, let's see. Aries, what does Aries need to know? Oh, wow. Okay. At the bottom, we have guilt. Okay, looks like you're dealing with a lot, Aries. We have worry, indecision, honesty, and change. All right, let's get into it. I feel like you were dealing with a relationship or healing from a relationship, a marriage, or you're dealing with material situations, work, finances, children. Some of you could be wanting to travel or taking some kind of road trip. Yeah. I'm seeing that strongly for some of you. You need rest. Healing. Healing keeps coming up strongly for you. I feel like there's something that you learned or found out that you didn't necessarily want to know. Yeah, and now you can't get it out of your mind. You see? It's like once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. There's like obsessive thoughts here. Oof. So there's an interesting person coming up in your energy. And I'm saying interesting person because the King of Swords usually is somebody who's very logical, very, balanced in thought. Very trustworthy normally. But I feel like this person, I don't know, I'm getting this person as being that way in appearance, but they're actually very reckless. Like, it's like they are that way, but more so like for themselves. So they could be you could be dealing with somebody who's very selfish. They treated you very poorly. They mistreated you. They mishandled you. You could have been dealing with somebody abusive, even some of you, or somebody who was very calculating. Someone surprised you, like you They disappointed you. You put all your trust in this person, and then they turned out to be unreliable. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me see. What is this? Knight of Swords. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But not necessarily. Again, this could be information coming your way or has already reached you. We have the Queen of Cups reverse. Whoop. That was the King of Cups, by the way. So two counterparts, one upright, one in the reverse. I feel like there's communication going back and forth, but not very productive. Yeah, Four of Cups. You could be at a standstill with someone at a point in your relationship where, like I said, communication is not very productive. Again, with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. You're not making much progress. I feel like if you are speaking to this person, whoever it is that you're dealing with, you keep regressing back to the past. So whatever progress you think you make, or you start to have conversations about movement forward, and then you revert back to talking about the past, and it doesn't solve anything. So there's very slow movement. You and someone are going in completely opposite directions. I feel like you're trying to reach a balance, an agreement maybe, but it's very difficult. You keep being in conflict with whoever this is. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. I hate to say this, but this conflict between you and this person is somewhat addictive. There's a part of you that likes it. Something about it keeps you coming back. And you might be in denial about this. Or the other person is. I don't know if this could be a romantic relationship for a number of you. But I'm getting like, I don't know, you and this person might not be together anymore. But I feel like in the past when you were together, this conflict, it was like part of your, it's like there was a lot of breakup to make up energy between the two of you. So it was a very passionate relationship, and that's what kept it going. That's what kept it alive. That's what kept it interesting. So it became a habit. It became an addiction. It kind of became the glue that kept you together, because it led to you guys making up, which, led to passion, led to sex. That's what kept you together. But it was an illusion. It was a facade. Okay, let's see. Hold on. I'm just going to use these. Yeah. So what used to bring you all this pleasure now just brings you sadness and pain. So there's a sense of grief and loss. Look, again, we have the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like for the most part, this connection is over. It's just that what's taking so long, the overall energy in this connection is just a very slow moving, it's like molasses. But what that really is just moving out of that situation, just completely cutting ties. And it might, especially if you share children, because I'm seeing children here, so it's very possible that you and this person share children. If that's the case, you might never cut ties. But it's a matter of like cutting these emotional strings between you and this person. And it's very difficult for you to do that, because there's a lot of memories. There's a lot. There was a lot of fantasy that was tied to this connection that you're having trouble detaching from. So a lot of this is just you being honest with yourself, allowing for this change to occur. And it's the worry of what is really out there, of the unknown, because you've grown attached to an idea of a person that, or a situation, a relationship that may never have really existed. It's kind of like falling in love with a character in one of those those like racy novels. You know that guy with the long hair, the one that got hit in the face with a bird? Oh my gosh. Fabio. Was that his name? I don't know if that was his name. I think that's his name. Let me see. Hold on. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't look it up. Yeah, Fabio. So he used to be like on the cover, or not the cover, but like yeah, on the cover of those books, these racy books that were popular in like the 80s or whatever, maybe. Um, but it was like fantasy based, you know? So I feel like you were involved in a relationship like that where it was very fantastical. It was very like passionate and but it just wasn't, the foundation wasn't really solid. There was something about it that it was based on deceit. I have to clarify the Seven of Swords, but there may have been other people involved in this, because I feel like there was someone here who was sharing their energy with others, multiple people, um, which is why I'm saying this relationship wasn't what you had in your mind, you know, because I feel like in your mind it was just you and them against the world. And even though you were, you know, it was such a tumultuous connection and you fought, you fought so hard, like that same energy was in the bedroom, you know, so it made it all okay. But that wasn't the case. This person was very much, I hate to say it, but like for the streets, like that's what I'm seeing here. I'm going to clarify, but that's what I'm seeing here with these here cards. And I feel like this is what you're coming to terms with. This is what, like, I feel like you already know this. You know this, but there's like a sense of, there's a part of you, this is why it's taking so long, because there's a part of you that doesn't want to let go of that image, that fantasy, because it makes it all, like, it taints it. It's no longer interesting. It's no longer, it's just not, that's not what you wanted. That's not the story that you wrote. That's not your Fabio. It's not who you fell in love with. Did I flip these for reversals? I don't think I did. All right, let's see. Let's clarify. Knight of Swords, Five of Wands. Five of Wands is here twice. So yeah, these conversations always lead to arguments between you and this person. Whenever you talk about the future, where you go from here, you're not on the same page about where you go from here. Your visions on the future. Maybe you never were. I kind of get that idea. You never really were on the same page about your vision on the future. I kind of feel like you were at odds in that respect. Yeah. Hence the reason why you kind of had to go in different directions, because there would always be a feeling on both parts that there was just always a feeling of discontent. Like somebody was always having to look. The devil. It's just, this card is the devil, the shadow side. It's the same. It's like there was this negative force that was binding you together. What's the Queen of Cups reverse? Justice reverse. You feel like you got the short end of the stick. You feel hurt. You feel lied to, deceived, brokenhearted. And you keep searching for answers. I keep feeling like there were third parties. There's a sense like people around you knew what was going on, like you were the last to know. That's what I want to say. You feel like you were the last to know. Yeah. Tower reverse. You feel like there's more information, like there's something else, another piece of the puzzle that is going to make a bad situation even worse. You're worried about something. Yeah, look at this. Another piece of information. There's something else, some kind of truth that you're afraid is going. Maybe you already know what this truth is. I don't know. I feel like whoever you were dealing with, I feel like they were a player and you know it. And for some of you, you may have been turning a blind eye, hoping that, you know, if I don't see it, nobody else will. But people might have seen it. And you're hoping no one has proof. Or something like that. There's some kind of truth that you know is out there and you're afraid that this is going to come out. I don't know exactly what this is in regards to, but let's see, Four of Cups. And this could go vice versa. This could be you who was doing this or your partner. So it's just the energy. Yeah, so we have the Hierophant in reverse. So there's a sense of discontent in this connection, this commitment, or this person's inability to really commit. It led to heartbreak, betrayal, a pattern of betrayal, years and years of it. Yeah, with multiple people, I just, in secret. What's the Ace of Swords reverse? I just get this feeling like you've known this truth for a while. It's just that you've been denying this to yourself. That's what I feel this honesty is. I don't really feel like you're waiting for someone else or your partner, your ex-partner, whatever this is. I don't really feel that. I don't feel like this is about someone being honest with you. I kind of feel like this is about you just being honest with yourself, coming to terms with the truth of the reality of what it is or what it was. Who this person really is, and accepting, because, you know, people are who they are. And the truth of the matter is that you love this person, regardless of how they were or how they are. this is who you fell in love with. And that's not going to change. You know, no, it's not to say you have to stay with this person and accept that. But they are who you fell in love with, and that's okay. You know, some people just love in their own way. It's not to say that this person didn't love you, because I'm not getting that. I just feel like this person, I mean, they're battling demons. There's reasons why. There could be, I mean, this is a general reading. There's a million and one different reasons why people are this way. To where they cannot get to a point where they're vulnerable enough to really commit themselves to one person or feel a satisfaction in that. We'll say that. And it has nothing to do with you. It's an issue within themselves. So, yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. The Star. Again, I feel like you had this person on the highest of high pedestals. And there was just so much high expectation for this situation. Yeah. You expected so much. And it never came to fruition. You wanted so much from this person. And they may have promised all of that. I feel like they may have promised that they were going to better your life. And that never happened. So you've been carrying this burden for many years. This burden being the truth, the burden of truth, of knowing exactly who they are and denying that to yourself for the sake of their presence. Yeah. You've been like in a mental war with yourself, and it's really taken a toll. Because look, at the bottom here we had the Queen of Swords. So you knew exactly what was going on. So it's one thing, ignorance is truly bliss, but you were not ignorant at all. You knew exactly what was going on. So this was torture for you. To compartmentalize everything that you knew and have to take that on, that heavy, heavy burden and mental anguish, and just wrap that up into a little ball and pretend it wasn't there for the sake of having this person around. And that's where all of this conflict and everything, that's where it all came out, because it had to come out somehow, some way, somehow, and that's how it came out. Through anger and then through pleasure for many years, until it just couldn't go on anymore. And for some of you, that may have been because other people started to see. And that's that you couldn't handle. Or they couldn't handle. Queen of Wands reverse, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. See, there's that Ace of Swords in the upright. The Three of Pentacles. I feel like this person started getting sloppy. Yeah. Seven of Swords reverse. I feel like people started talking. Yeah. About how they were sharing all this energy around town. And that made you angry. Was the fact that people around town were in the know. It wasn't just you carrying the burden anymore. People knew. And that you couldn't handle. That was too much of a heavy burden to have to bear. We have the Five of Wands with the King of Cups. The Sun. And the Nine of Swords. So some of you could have been dealing with a fire sign or a Leo. A fire sign, a water sign, or a Leo. And yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where the real conflict started. The real drama, the real, sleepless nights is when this person was exposed. When their true nature was exposed, because you were able to fight that back, or this person was able to uphold their image for some time until they couldn't any longer. What's the shadow side? Nine of Pentacles reverse. I feel like part of the problem that this person has is abandonment issues. This person has to have like a backup. That's why one is never enough. Because it makes them uneasy. Because if you ever leave, they don't ever want to be alone. This person can never be alone. So I don't know if they were left alone they were abandoned by a parent or something of the sort. But I'm picking up that someone's working through, or maybe not even working through, maybe that's a problem. Someone didn't work through trauma. Three of Cups reverse. And the Knight of Wands reverse. Yeah. They use third-party situations in a very reckless way to deal with their abandonment issues. This has affected their reputation. What's the Seven of Swords? Eight of Wands. Chariot. I feel like this was in the upright before, but we'll just let it be. Seven of Cups. With 3 sevens. Someone can't sit in the deception anymore. They have to move forward. They have to move on. This can't continue any longer because it's the fog is clearing. You see, the sun is here. The sun is out. Once the sun is out, the fog will clear. It's not going to stick around. So once this fog clears, all these cups will reveal themselves. All these options that this person had. So this person has no choice but to move on. You have no choice but to move on now. It's 3 sevens is a time for progress, for movement forward. The time has come. So yeah, I mean, look, we have the Queen of Cups staring at the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this person has been exposed. The time has come. Temperance. This is divine timing. This situation was not going to go on forever. I feel like there was a little bit of enablement happening here. And it worked on both sides, but it was not going to go on forever. This had to end. So this went on for way too long. It was too slow of a process. Perhaps because you were very indecisive about this change. And so that's why divine timing happens and makes things happen for you. I'm surprised. Oh, the Tower is here. Yeah. At the bottom, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. That's actually about seeing things realistically and not in a fantasy type way. Kind of like what we were talking about. Okay, the card that you got is take time to breathe out. Let's read that. Number 34. 34 could be significant to you, or the number 7. Which, again, movement forward. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way that things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can be... Sorry, I can't see this. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself. If you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. Yeah. So this is only one chapter of your life. In the book of your life, this is only one chapter. Yeah, it probably was a big chapter and a very significant one, but it's only one chapter, and that chapter, it's time to close. whether you like it or not. And it's the Tower is here. It's in the reverse, but it's kind of like a warning. Okay, so we did see Temperance, which is about divine timing. So this is telling you that things are happening that are out of your control. Things are going to be moving along that are out of your control. So whatever is leaving your life is supposed to leave your life. And however this panned out, that is how it was meant to happen. This actually was probably meant to leave your life way before it did. So it's kind of suggesting for you to go with the flow rather than continue with the slow movement, because it's just not to your benefit, and it's going to be more painful the more you wait. You don't want to wait for that Tower card to actually hit in the upright, because that's more chaotic than you want to experience. All right, so let's see. What does Aries need to know? Something flipped here. We have Stork, news of a birth or new business opportunity. Some of you may be getting a new job or opening up your own business, or you could be having a child or becoming a grandparent. We have older man, dealings or relationship with an older man. Fan, romance, celebration, party. Some of you could be getting into a relationship, a new romance with an older man. Dog, far away, distant friend is thinking of you. And we have dog barking, advice from a friend. Chain of events that will affect your life. Whoa. That was way too many. Ooh. Okay. That was goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Valley. Deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Tankard. Celebration, fun, and enjoyment. We have younger woman. Dealings or friendship with a younger woman. Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. Ear. Good news. Firecracker. Excitement and money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. I feel like this older man is like instrumental in leading you toward either like a business opportunity, or he's like a rich older man that you're going to get into a relationship with, for you ladies, or a man, or a gentleman, whatever. All right, let's see. Okay, what about this stork? What does Aries need to know about this stork? Page of Wands. Yeah, this is someone new. Or news. Again, yeah, it does say news. News of a birth or business opportunity. So this is something exciting. Wow. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Well, that's exactly what that says. That's what the cards are saying. These are supporting what that says. This is literally news of a birth or business opportunity. Like that's literally what that says. Okay. So yeah, the cards are supporting that. Older man. Who's this guy? This is the truth. All right. Page of Pentacles reverse. I feel like initially you're not like either attracted to this person, they're not initially your type. You turn them down. You might work with this person. Some of you might meet this person while traveling. All right, let's see. Romance celebration party. Whoa. Okay, Chariot. Okay. Yeah, so this could happen like within the next 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Again, this could be like away, some like traveling. Could be like during a road trip or something like that. I feel like you meet someone. This could be a Cancerian. It doesn't have to be. This person can drive like a really nice car, like a luxury car. Okay. Let's see, dog far away. Who's thinking of you? A distant friend is thinking of you. Could be a Pisces. You might have like a telepathic connection with this person, whoever this is. You may like feel when this person's thinking about you. So if somebody has been coming up, you know, in your thoughts, that might be who is thinking of you. The initials B or J could be significant. Yeah, someone's definitely thinking of you. They could be spying on you, stalking you, looking you up on social media. Dog barking, advice from a friend. The Sun. Could be a Leo. Someone could give you advice and a light bulb can go off. Okay, something very enlightening. Yeah, Star. Someone's very smart. Okay, so there could be some really good advice. Don't just dismiss someone's advice, even if they're younger than you, because this person could be younger than you. But they're very smart. The Four of Wands in reverse. Somebody might be advising you to leave a relationship, or to sell a home, or to move. Again, enlightenment, something about enlightenment. A light bulb goes off. Something, yeah, someone gives you a really good idea that takes you out of a rut, being in a rut. Makes you happier, like it brings you happiness. Yeah. Okay. Chain of events that will affect your life. 9 of Wands. So you go through a rough time, a rough period that affects your life. It's like you're nearing the closing of a cycle. Something flipped? Yes, something flipped. The Moon. Okay. It's very scary. It's very emotional. And it affects your life. It could involve secrets. The unknown. Okay. Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. There we go. The World. I feel like for some of you, if you open up like an online business or you have some sort of platform, that could bring you some material wealth. It can open up a lot of opportunities for you that you hadn't envisioned before. Okay. Yoke, feeling tired. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Tied down or frustrated. The Fool. Okay, so you're going to free yourself from feeling tied down or frustrated. This is freedom. Ooh. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse. I feel like, okay, yeah, we have the Devil here. So this is a choice. This is really a choice of yours. Because there is this opportunity for change. But with the Eight of Wands being in reverse here, it's like if you don't take the action, like you have the opportunity to set yourself free. If you don't take the action, then you're going to remain in this toxic situation. Okay? Of feeling tied down and frustrated. If you remain doing the same thing, then nothing's going to change. But the opportunity is here for you to set yourself free. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Ooh. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups reverse, the Hierophant reverse. This situation in which you went through a complete and total change of life. This could have been a divorce. This could have been a big move. You moved your family from one place to the other. This could have been a change in career or all of the above. Whatever this was, this whole entire transformation of life led to or will lead to a deep personal strength and peace that will assure success. Like this needs to happen. This metamorphosis that you're going through or went through will lead to a success. It had to happen. Yeah, divine timing. Okay, this was orchestrated by your spirit guides. Tankard, celebration, fun, enjoyment. Yeah, things are changing for the best. You are moving on to calmer waters. So if things were very volatile, a lot of rough changes happening in your life, I feel like you're going to have reason for celebration. You're going to be enjoying life again, laughing. Again, I feel like as long as you are able to let go. So this is we all have free will. You can choose. Happiness is a choice. So it is here for you to take, or you can choose to hold on to the past and be miserable. So those are the choices. Younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman. The Star. This could be an Aquarius. I said something about an Aquarius here that was younger, so I don't know. Whoa, that's too much. Seven of Wands reverse. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this could be a younger woman, Aquarius, that you were not speaking to, you were estranged from, you had some conflict. Maybe you fought with this woman. You had an argument with this person. I feel like there's healing between you and this person. You might start to speak to them again. Yeah, they left your life for whatever reason. There could have been like miscommunication or some kind of deception or something, or perceived deception. I don't know, but I feel like there's a healing between the two of you. Okay, ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. We have the 5 of Swords. We have you here, the Emperor. So you might be like, you're not sure about this, whether it be a marriage or the business situation. You're having some trepidation about it. We have the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, you're not too sure. You're not too sure about committing to a marriage, a situation. You're having trouble deciding. So whatever that may be, whether it's a business situation or committing to a particular person, I feel like you're not quite there yet. You're good on the connection, but I don't know about like if you're ready to go all in. But this is to say that the offer will be on the table for you. Someone is interested. But see here, remember I told you, I feel like someone is interested. You might not be accepting the offer, is what I'm seeing. So yeah, could be from this older man with money. So, I don't know. All right, good news. Ear. Judgment. Okay, yeah, this is some kind of announcement. Yeah, coming to you fast. What's the announcement? Something is ending or changing, transforming. Something that was previously not so good. You're going to get news. Oh, let me see. This could be like, I kind of feel like if there's somebody at your job or someone around you that like you really don't like, this person might get fired. Like if you have a coworker that you just can't stand, they either leave, they change jobs, they change positions, or they get fired or something like that. But it just, you're happy about it. Okay, firecracker. Excitement. What's exciting? What's exciting for Aries? Okay, something you've been waiting for. Justice reverse. Okay, so this could be like a legal decision that you've been waiting for finally comes in. You could be hearing from a lawyer, a judge, some kind of counselor. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Or just a decision in general that you've been waiting for finally, or you make a decision that's very exciting. It doesn't have to be like an external source, but for a lot of you, I feel like it is. So again, this could be a legal decision, or somebody makes a decision, a higher up, an authority figure, or you make a decision. But it's pretty like life-changing, or it's pretty big. It's not like an everyday decision. This is something you've been waiting for a while. Okay, money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Jesus. All right, let's take it. King of Wands reverse. Knight of Cups. Ten of Wands. Okay, so this is something that you may hesitate, but look, it's leading you to money. You may hesitate because it's a lot of work. Um, Somebody might offer you a new job or make you an offer of like a new business. We did see that here, whatever it is. So there's an offer put on the table here to do something new. Again, new job, new business, whatever it is, something comes up. But like you're hesitating because either you feel like you're not good enough or it's just too much work. I don't know if I could handle it. You can handle it. If it's being put on your path, it's for a reason. And that reason is that it's leading you to a lot of money. I mean, I've seen it. I don't know how many cards now are telling you money is here for you. There's like opportunity after opportunity. You know, the knock is on the door. Hello. um, so, So speaking of that, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, because of this money that you're going to be doing very well is what I feel. Things are going to be turning around for you. And I feel because of that, there may be people with hidden agendas. When they see you doing very well, building this foundation, there might be some people knocking on your door again. But they have hidden agendas, so watch out for people from your past. Okay? All right. Thank you, Aries, for listening. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you again soon. Bye.